Hello and welcome. If you missed it and want to know what this movie is about, starring Alec Secarenau, Imelda Staunton, and Carla Juri, today we review Amulet. This film is narrated in two timelines, past and present of the protagonist. Through his memories, we see a young Tomaz who during the war was assigned to a checkpoint in the middle of the woods. There he finds buried a figure of feminine appearance. One day a woman comes to his post, whom he tries to stop by pointing his rifle at her. But when she falls unconscious, he decides to shelter her in his cabin, advising her to stay there while waiting for a peace agreement that allows her to continue. She takes the statuette, telling him that it is a protective amulet for women. Currently refugees in London since a couple of years, he works as a builder, but haunted by something in his soldier days, he usually ties his hands to contain his jerky movements while he sleeps. After a fire in the place where he's staying, he's helped by a nun named Claire. She takes him to the decaying old house of Magda, a young woman with the self-sacrificing task of caring of her invalid and dying mother, whom she keeps on the top floor. With this tough responsibility, Magda is not allowed to socialize. Sister Claire suggests that he stays there so he can have a roof over his head and homemade food. Initially, Tomaz refuses, feeling that Magda is uncomfortable with his presence. But with no money, he finally agrees to stay, give the young woman some company and help with the home repairs. The house lacks electricity, as Magda tells him, because her mother tried to calm her pain with an electric shock, so the young woman removed the wiring. In the morning, Tomaz tries to fix a toilet, finding inside a mixed battle rat creature. It attacks him, so Tomaz crushes it, killing it. Then asks Magda if she has seen such an animal before. She answers him no, asking him to take it outside. At night, Tomaz overhears an argument upstairs, worriedly asking Magda if she is beaten by her mother, since he has been able to notice marks on the young woman's body. She downplays what happened, considering that despite everything, she must remain in the care of the old woman. While removing the war feeling from the ceilings, Tomaz sees a symbol of an engraved shell. Losing his balance, falls from the ladder. Magda comes over to help him. He asks her about the mark on the ceiling. She tells him that there is nothing there. Tomaz tells her that the shell represents a warning that was used during the war. Suddenly, the flickering of a spotlight alerts Magda, making her rush to go with her mother. Tomaz follows her, being surprised by the appearance of the old woman. Magda tells him that her mother has tried to electrocute herself again due to her intense pain. Suddenly, the old woman attacks her, trying to suffocate her. Tomaz hits the woman, causing her to release Magda. Shocked to discover that it is actually a demonic possession, he leaves the house. Erratic around the city, his memories return with the woman who took refuge, who tells him how her ex-husband had taken her daughter safely, so she was determined to cross the border to find her. Tomaz asks her why she continues to wear her ring. She replies that she believed that it would protect her from the soldiers. Tomaz anxiously tells her that he had seen her before, when she worked at the town hall, but she says she does not remember him, leaving him disappointed. In the present, Tomaz decides to return home with Magda, whom he proposes to take a break and go dancing. as she had told him how much she wanted to be free to go to clubs. Magda lends him a shirt, and when Tomaz asks where she got it, she tells him that it does not belong to her, since many things were already there before she settled in with her mother. Upon arriving at the club, Magda is excited and dancing frantically. Tomaz walks over to her and kisses her, but stunned to remember how the woman who took refuge screamed in pain, he rushed out of the club. Back home, Tomaz finds the old woman writhing in pain as she is giving birth to a creature like the one he found earlier. Magda appears and, without looking surprised, crushes the animal. Scared, Tomaz goes to talk to Sister Claire, who explains that a demon, through the body that he has possessed, engenders tangible evil that takes the form of those creatures that he has seen. In addition, in need of company, he is holding Magda, and although he is in his last days, he will not set the young woman free. Tomaz, convinced that he must save Magda, he stabs the old woman, who, pulling out the knife and ready to attack Tomaz, stops by order of Magda, who asks Tomaz to let her deal alone with the old woman. Along with Magda, Tomaz confesses that he made a mistake, for which he seeks to be good at protecting her. Through his memories, we can see that when the woman he sheltered decides to leave despite Tomaz's refusal, that he wanted to keep her by his side, he chases her and rapes her. Now attracted to Magda, he becomes intimate with her, believing that he has overcome his guilt. After that, he appears in a bathtub. When he wakes up, he sees Claire, who is not wearing her nun's habit, since this was only to appear generosity. Tomaz experiences nausea. Confused, he asks what is wrong with him. Claire lets him know that he has evil inside that will make him turn into a demon, so he must choose a caregiver. He tells her that he wants Magda. Claire indicates that she is already in the service of her mother. Tomaz insists on his wish, so Claire suggests that he kill whoever is holding her. Tomaz goes up to the attic for the old woman. Distracting her, he manages to cut her neck, but discovering once dead that she's actually a man who, on the run from justice for having murdered his wife to marry his youngest daughter, has been missing for years. Back in his room, he finds a giant conch. Inside, he sees the goddess of the amulet, who, noticing him terrified, tells him with contempt if this was not what he wanted. Tomaz squirms, watching his belly grow as he bleeds between his legs. Claire notices how fast the process is. The voice inside the conch says she has chosen a mature subject. Tomaz begs for mercy, but Claire tells him it's time to pay, leaving Tomaz to scream in pain while the voice tells him that he will be a good mother. There is a time jump, and Magda is seen driving until a stop at a gas station, where she finds the woman Tomaz abused. The young woman advises her never to forget the past and leaves her the amulet, leaving with frozen food that she gives to a transformed Tomaz who lies in the back seat. So ending the movie. Analyzing the story, if you were a little confused, Magda was not actually the victim of a demon in her mother's possession. Rather, the young woman is the incarnation of a deity who punishes men who have abused women. Thus, the missing Christopher General, who, according to the newspaper clipping, was a man who killed his wife to marry his daughter, had been transformed into the old woman in the attic, engendering these creatures as a materialization of his sins until the end of his days. Tomaz, with a dark secret in his past that turned out to be the rape of the woman in the woods, is also sentenced to the same torture. And although this ex-soldier appears to us angered by what happened, he's not really sorry. He has used his size and strength as a weapon against women he believed he deserved for giving apparent protection. That's the character of Claire, who pretends to be a nun, kind to Tomaz's eyes, acts as an intermediary at the service of the amulet to lead him to the house, putting him to the test, allowing himself to be tempted by an apparently vulnerable Magda who seduces him, whom he thinks he has made his. This is how he shows his still a latent low instincts. Finally, Tomaz becomes a mother in a painful and slow way in the cycle that has begun and will be renewed when Magda finds a new subject. Now let's see 5 curiosities of this film. Amulet is the directorial debut of actress Romola Garai, known for the films Dirty Dancing 2 and Amazing Grace. The music heard when Magda goes to the club is the song Fifth Teeth Money by the band Polisa. Actress Imelda Staunton previously played the memorable villain role as Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Although the film was shot in London, the cast is from different countries. Alec Secarenau is Romanian, Carla Juri is from Switzerland, and Imelda Staunton is British. According to the director, the planned location was a mansion, but taken over by another production made them change to a smaller house, which finally allowed a better production design. To find out about the next video, activate your subscription with this button. You can also check out our Facebook and Instagram networks that are popping up here. Leave your comment, thumbs up, and we connect soon.